Okay, so I'm creating a video that's designed to give you some help if you're struggling in the class, if you're struggling in the class. So it's mostly going to deal with the online tools that are in your Clever, which some of you may refer to as your portal. I'm not sure what you guys call it as students. I call it Clever. I will mention quickly that, remember, I also record all of the lessons and I post them on my YouTube. So if you look up Mr. Gill and then, Mr. Gill Algebra, and then if you look for a picture of my dog's face, that's my page. And you can go there, and if you miss a class, you can see the lesson from that day. If you were in class and we were just going really fast and you weren't quite getting it, you can go back and review, and you can pause it and slow it down that way and do the practice problems. I'm also going to post this video there as well that talks about this McGraw-Hill, and there's actually two tools in there now. One is the online book, and then one is a new software tool called ALEKS. And that's really the only two I'll probably talk about in this video. I might do one later on IXL just to show you what IXL is like, but I think a lot of you used that last year in algebra. All right, so if you go to that, I guess I should show you again. If you go to this icon in your Clever, you will not see nearly as many icons as I have. Since I'm a teacher, I have a lot more stuff on my page. You'll see just two icons. You shouldn't see all of these. I have multiple classes. So you'll see this right here, Florida Reveal, and then you'll see ALEKS. So the Florida Reveal, and I'm going to go into geometry because I have mostly geometry this year. The Florida Reveal is your book. It matches up with the book pages we tear out. I'm going to use the interactive version. I think there's also a Spanish version, which for some reason isn't showing for this class. I'm not sure why, because I think it shows for my algebra. But if you don't have that, we can certainly get that loaded if you're a native speaker of Spanish, and that would be helpful. But I'm just going to go into this one, and you'll see when I go in there, especially if you're in geometry, you'll see. This is where we left off in class for most of the classes. Well, actually, you might have gone farther than this. In this page, or this number 64, is the exact page of the book, page 64. So we tore those pages out. You can match this number up when you're looking at the lesson video for the day, or if you're playing around in the online book, you can match this page up with your pages we tear out. The reason I like the online book maybe a little bit better than working from the pages we tear out is not only does it still help you, so here's an example that we did in class, and in the book pages that we tore out, it helps you solve it, just like it helps you solve it here. So it wants you to figure out what these boxes are, and it's telling you what you're supposed to do right here. So for example, we did substitution to go from this line to this line. We substituted for angle ABD the expression 4x plus 14. And then basically you have to do the same type of thing here for the other angle that it's equal to. The reason why I like the interactive version of the book a little bit better is because if you're still struggling, you can kind of say check answer, and it'll tell you what the final answer was to know if you got it right. But sometimes it'll also give you some help. Like it'll say, if it'll say, do you need help with this question? And you can click on that to get more help. And it might be a video, or it might just walk you through the steps or something like that. So the online book is a great tool. It matches up. If you miss class one day and you don't get the pages we tear out, you don't have them yet, you can still come here and follow along with the recorded lesson. So the other tool is that tool that we just got called ALEKS. So the online book is to kind of keep you up to date with what we're doing in class. ALEKS is a little different. It's designed to help you maybe with some background skills that you're struggling with. So as an example, if you're in geometry, a lot of times in geometry, we still solve an equation. Well, if you're not good at algebra, then geometry is going to be kind of difficult. So ALEKS would help you build those algebra skills, even though, again, you're in geometry. So it'll help you with some of those skills that maybe you don't remember as well from past years. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you much in here right now. I can't do anything until all of the, well, at least one student does what's called a diagnostic test. So if you haven't done that yet, you can log into ALEKS. I'll kind of start that whole process over just to show you. So if you're in your Clever, go to McGraw-Hill, choose ALEKS, and I can't really show you this, unfortunately, as a teacher, how to do it. But if you go in there, it should say under assignments that you need to do the diagnostic test. So you see assignments up here. If I click on it, it doesn't show it because I'm a teacher. I don't have an assignment of a diagnostic test, and there is a way to show it, but then I show too much information about the students. So if you go into assignments, that should be the only thing you have there right now. And go ahead, do the diagnostic test. And I believe from there, it just automatically sets up a series of lessons to help you work on the skills that you need to work on. So I'm not going to go into IXL in this video. We might actually do that some in class, and I'll record that session in class. But for now, just think about using, or you need to be using really the ALEKS tool if you're struggling, and the McGraw-Hill book to help keep you caught up if you miss classes or if you just are struggling and you want to kind of do some review. If you have any questions, then you can always obviously ask me in class.